Hey guys, welcome to Star Sign Horoscopes. I am your astrologer, Jamie McGee, and today we are going to be taking a look at the astrology for June 3rd through the 9th. I do hope you guys are having a great week out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It definitely means a lot to me. Okay, so let's talk about the week ahead. Now, we do not have a lot of transits this week, but I do feel like these are always the weeks that sort of sneak up on us or catch us a little bit off guard. It's kind of like that phase right after a big party or a big event or the end of the season. When you're in that cleanup stage, packing up, looking back so you can look ahead, it's where our emotions, our revelations, our ideas, our lessons all kind of collide in at once. And we find that we either have to take the information that we have now and go back and revise something, or take the information we have now and run forward. If not, do both of those things at the same time. So, depending on how your party went, this week could feel mild or tense or a little bit of both, depending on what day. All right, so let's talk about why. All right, so this week we have Mercury who is going to move forward. He's going to station direct. Now, anytime Mercury goes backwards or forwards, to me, it always reminds me of a train shifting tracks. It's a little bumpy, it's a little chaotic, but once you start flowing, everything, unfolds the way it should. We just have to get through that bumpy little bit of communication or that little bit of a chaotic feeling as it moves direction. So kind of be on the lookout for that. And this week we also have Saturn, the time master, stationing retrograde, which is the opposite of what Mercury is going to do. So we have forward motion and now we have retrograde motion. Now, Saturn is going to ask you to pause and reflect and think back on actions that you've taken around a particular story that you began in February. He wants you to fortify these things. He wants you to make sure that they are timeless, that they're going to support you in the short term and the long term. Now, this story is something that you're going to work on until October. That's when you're going to be ready to relaunch it. So the urgency is not there, but what could feel frustrating is it's almost like a stall, like everything seems to stop around this story. But knowing that it's stalling so you can go back and revise it and benefit yourself in the long run should be helpful. So I want you to keep that in mind if anything feels like the brakes are hit and you can't go forward anymore. The question is, how can you go forward in the coming months? How can you make yourself stronger to do that? Now, this week, we also have the quarter moon. Now, the quarter moon is that space between the new moon, where we set intentions, and the full moon, where we start to see the blossoms and the blooms of the intentions that we set. Now, the quarter moon always reminds us of why we need to set, why we wanted to set those intentions and those goals, the goals that we set with the new moon. Now, sometimes this can come with tension, like, you know what? This is why I'm doing this. I can't handle it anymore. This needs to change so everyone feels more comfortable. Sometimes it can come with motivation or inspiration. Either way, the reminder is there for you to pick up those goals and run with them. You don't want them to deflate. You don't want them to disappear. You want to take action when you see the opportunity to work with them this week. All right, guys, with that being said, let's get ready to dive into the signs and talk about how you can work with this energy. Now, please remember to listen to both your sun sign and your rising sign to get a better overall view of how you can work with it. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, Sagittarius, let's take a look at your week. Now, Sagittarius, your top three focuses for this week are going to be: one, restructuring how you communicate and who you communicate with so your voice can be heard by a larger audience. Two, moving forward with new daily routines or a ritual that is supporting the rhythm that you would like to maintain in your life. Three, using your established reputation or a trusted authority figure to help you reach the goals that you set last week around both partnerships and your individuality inside of these partnerships. Now, let's talk about why these are your big three. As the year began, Sagittarius, you started to communicate in a timeless way. You've learned a lot in the last couple of months, but now the invitation is for you to go back and build on those lessons that you have so that your voice can become even more powerful, even more clear, and reach even more people. And though it may feel like you are stalled or unable to be heard the way that you want to as this is unfolding, it's actually a gift that's going to help you find um, like a missing treasure or a missing tool that you've kind of left in the past. So in reflection, you're going to find this and be even more powerful and reach a larger audience. Now, you've also had a lot of focus around your daily routines, around your health, around your work. Now, this week, you're going to feel like all of the decisions and the revisions that you've made in this area of your life are working, or at least you feel like they're going to work and you're ready to start moving forward. Now, you could still feel like you have to adjust some things, or that you need to like make a couple of phone calls or a couple of connections, try a few more things in general to make sure the rhythm stays smooth. But I feel like you're going to be feeling optimistic about this. And when we feel optimistic in a daily rhythm, that definitely impacts everything. So I'm really excited about this for you. Now, last week's new moon, with that new moon, I encourage you to set a lot of intentions around partnerships and how your individuality could show up within these partnerships, because the full moon is going to be in your sign. So you're going to feel blossom, Sagittarius. Now, this week, I want to encourage you or let you know that you're going to find some support from either your own reputation or authority figures, someone around your career that could really help you with these intentions that you've set with your partnerships. So if there is someone that you can call on, a phone call that you can make, or if there's just the reputation that you've already built that can help influence the partnerships and your individuality, this is a great week to use those, make those phone calls. And I think you may find some breakthrough out of the box ideas to help you make these moves that you're trying to make. And I just want to also encourage you, because this is such a bold, powerful energy, and how you communicate with these partnerships, how you communicate in general. Just always to speak with humble grace, because that's going to be easier for people to receive. And it's definitely going to want them to help you. And it's going to help you find a way to reach that audience that you're trying to reach as you work towards those goals as well. All right. I do hope you have a good week, Sagittarius. I look forward to seeing you next time.